Imagine having no fridge, no freezer, just fresh meat, and the knowledge to keep it safe for months or even years. Sounds impossible, right? For most of us, it's a nightmare. But for the Amish, it's daily life. They've been preserving meat without electricity for generations, and their methods are as brilliant as they are simple. In this video, we're going deep into their secrets. From salt curing to smokehouses, from canning to lard sealing, and by the end, you'll see just how powerful and self-reliant the Amish way truly is. So stick around, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring the bell so you never miss a story like this. The Amish don't rely on electricity, and that means no refrigerators and no freezers. Instead, they turn to nature and traditional techniques. Let's start with one of the oldest methods, salt curing. This is a time-honored technique that's been used around the world, but the Amish still practice it regularly. It begins with choosing the right cut of meat, often pork, sometimes beef. The meat is cleaned and trimmed, then packed tightly with coarse salt. Some Amish use a mix of salt, brown sugar, and spices, creating a dry rub that helps draw out all the moisture. Why salt? Because it pulls out water, and without water, bacteria can't grow. That's the secret. Once the meat is packed in salt, it's placed in wooden barrels, crocks, or other containers, then stored in a cool, dark place, usually a root cellar or a spring house. The curing process can take weeks, depending on the size of the meat. During this time, the salt penetrates deep into the flesh, preserving it from the inside out. The result? Meat that can last for months without refrigeration. And it doesn't stop there. Sometimes, spices like pepper, garlic, or juniper berries are added to enhance flavor and provide additional antibacterial properties. After curing, the meat might be rinsed, dried, or even smoked to add another layer of preservation and taste. After curing, many Amish families move on to the next step, smoking. Smoking meat isn't just about flavor, although it definitely adds a delicious, rich taste. It's also a powerful preservation tool. The Amish often use small smokehouses on their property. These simple wooden structures are designed to hold meat for days or even weeks, while a slow-burning fire below smolders with hardwoods like hickory, apple, or cherry. Inside these smokehouses, meat hangs from wooden beams, hams, sausages, slabs of bacon, slowly turning a deep golden brown. Some Amish smoke meat for just a few days, while others go for weeks, depending on the desired texture and flavor. The result is meat that's not only preserved, but deeply flavorful and ready to eat or cook anytime. The smoke not only dries the meat, but also infuses it with rich, savory undertones that can't be replicated with modern methods. Often, hickory, applewood, or maple is used to enhance the taste, making every bite a reminder of traditional craftsmanship and patience. But what if you want to store chicken, ground beef, or sausage in a way that doesn't involve salt or smoke? That's where pressure canning comes in. The Amish are experts at canning all kinds of food, including meat. Using stovetop pressure canners, they cook meat at high temperatures inside glass jars, sealing them tight. The high heat kills bacteria, and the vacuum seal keeps it out. The jars are then stored in pantries or cellars, and they can last for years. Chicken thighs, ground beef, pork, venison, It can all be pressure canned and kept shelf-stable without needing a fridge. This method is especially handy during butchering season, which is a big deal in Amish communities. Families often butcher several animals at once, sometimes cows, pigs, chickens, or deer. It's a major event, with friends and relatives coming together to help. After the meat is cleaned and cut, it's either cured, smoked, or canned, depending on the family's preference and how much meat they have. Nothing is wasted. Bones are turned into broth, fat is rendered into lard, and even the organs are used or preserved. The process is carried out with great care and respect, often taking a full day or more. Children help with small tasks, and elders guide the steps, making it a learning tradition too. Some families even dry strips of meat to make jerky, which stores well and tastes great. Speaking of lard, that brings us to another clever preservation trick: sealing meat in rendered fat. This method is sometimes called potting meat, or confit, and it's been used for centuries. After the meat is cooked, it's packed tightly into a jar or crock and covered completely with hot lard or tallow. Once the fat cools and hardens, it forms an airtight seal that keeps out bacteria and air. The meat inside stays moist, tender, and shelf-stable for many months. Some Amish families store these jars in cool cellars, and they simply scoop out what they need for a meal, resealing the rest afterward. It's simple, effective, and incredibly tasty. This method is perfect for cooked sausage, pulled pork, or shredded beef. It's like nature's vacuum seal, and it works just as well today as it did 200 years ago. The Amish will often store these jars in their cool pantries, and when it's time to eat, they simply scoop out the meat, warm it up, and reuse the fat for cooking. Zero waste. The rich flavor of the meat gets even better over time, and the fat infuses everything it touches with deep, savory goodness. It's not just smart preservation, it's a way of life that values thrift, flavor, and tradition in every bite. Another method you'll see in Amish communities is drying meat, especially jerky. This is an easy and efficient way to preserve smaller cuts. After seasoning thin slices of meat with salt, pepper, and herbs, they'll hang them to dry in a well-ventilated shed or attic. In warm weather, some families will even sun-dry meat on racks or screens, covered with cheesecloth to keep out insects. When properly dried, meat loses almost all its moisture, becoming lightweight, chewy, and incredibly shelf-stable. Jerky can be stored in jars, linen sacks, or even paper bags for months. It's high protein, portable, and perfect for travel or emergency food. Let's not forget about fermentation. Though not as common for meat as it is for vegetables, some Amish do ferment sausages using old-world techniques. Fermented sausage, like summer sausage or salami, is cured with salt and beneficial bacteria, which lower the pH and create a hostile environment for spoilage. These sausages are often hung to cure in cool, dry places for several weeks until they reach the perfect texture and flavor. No fridge required, just patience and skill. And if you're wondering how they manage all this during hot summers or harsh winters, the answer lies in their root cellars and ice houses. Root cellars are dug underground to take advantage of the Earth's natural coolness. Even on a hot summer day, a root cellar can stay around 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Ice houses, on the other hand, are insulated buildings filled with sawdust-packed ice blocks that were harvested from frozen ponds in the winter. The ice lasts for months and helps keep meat and dairy cool during warmer weather. It's old-school refrigeration, and it still works. All of this takes work. It takes planning. It takes knowledge that's passed down through generations. But it also brings freedom. The Amish aren't dependent on grocery stores or the power grid. They don't panic when the lights go out or when the freezer breaks. They've built a system that's self-reliant, sustainable, and shockingly effective. This way of life teaches us a powerful lesson. Modern convenience often comes at the cost of real security. We've traded knowledge for technology, but the Amish remind us that the old ways still have value, especially in a world that's becoming more uncertain by the day. Their skills offer a sense of independence that many of us have lost. When supply chains break or power goes out, their methods still work. It's not just about nostalgia, it's about resilience, survival, and reconnecting with the wisdom our ancestors once lived by every single day. So, if you've ever wondered how to store meat without a fridge, look no further than the Amish. Whether it's salt curing, smoking, canning, sealing in fat, or drying, their methods work, and they've been tested by time. Maybe it's time we took a step back, learned from their wisdom, and prepared ourselves for a future where we can stand on our own, just like they do. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful or eye-opening, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and tap that bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into Amish living, survival skills, and timeless wisdom. Stay prepared, stay smart, and we'll see you in the next one.